Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to go back to my childhood. We're going to play with some muscle cars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan and we are at the Stub. This is our dealership NG Supercars and I have not one, but two Hellcats. We have almost 2,000 horsepower behind me. We have it's a Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat jailbreak wide body. Red Eye. Shit, I got them in the wrong order. Anyway, it's all the names. It's everything. And you wouldn't believe it, but this thing has an MSRP of over $100,000. It's basically brand new. It's got 3,700 miles. So we're going to show you this badass. And then over here, we have something a little bit different. This is a 2015 Hellcat. Just Hellcat. But it's kind of been modified, and it has over 1,000 horsepower. And, and it's a manual transmission.
What did you say?
Yeah, what? Anyway, so we're gonna take them out for a spin and show you all about them, and it's just stupid. It's just, this thing's crazy, and this is just batshit insane, all right? So it's gonna be fun. All right, Josh. Josh's gonna point out some of the interesting things that are options or whatever on these.
And keep in mind, I know nothing about these cars, absolutely nothing.
I don't know a whole lot.
Other than I drove it for a couple hours back from Dallas. I drove this one. Dan drove that one. I was actually gonna drive this one, and I started it, when you'll hear the startup, and he was like, oh, I wanna drive that one. I was like, okay, here you go. I'll take the brand new comfortable one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one's got the wide body, so it's got these big fender flares on it. Obviously, this has nothing. These have 315 tires in the front. I think it's the widest tire I've ever seen on a car in the front before. That's wider than most Ferraris in the back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's crazy. This one's got 305s on it. This one's spoiler, like the bottom spoiler chin kind of sticks out a little bit farther. Obviously, we got hood pins. The matte, that's a factory matte hood. This car is white, regular white, but they did a PPF on it, a matte PPF on the whole car. The wheels look really similar. It looks like they both have the same exact brakes. Brembo looks like 6-piston calipers. The Red Eye has the red eye.
Ooh, it's a red eye.
The regular Hellcat does not.
Boo!
The stance on this car is probably the best looking stance on any factory car I've seen. I mean, there's hardly any wheel gap. I mean, it's really good. I mean,
kudos to Chrysler,
yeah,
right?
they did a good job on the wide body.
You got the crazy, it's not lit up, but when the lights are on, it lights up in this little tunnel and you can actually see a little Hellcat.
Yeah, and these on both cars, the air goes in there to cool the engine, which is cool. And the intake is on this side for this. Goes into the cold air intake, so it's a ram air. I like the shape of the cornering light here because they built it around here. It's not two-piece, it's a one-piece light, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, this spoiler sticks out quite a bit farther and kind of down a little bit. This one's got an SRT badge, whereas this one doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed too in the front, this one has the same chrome SRT badge. On this one, it's black.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if that's
it's probably
red
an option.
eye or jailbreak, whatever option or whatever it is.
Obviously, aftermarket exhaust that sticks out a little bit on this one.
Yeah, this one is straight piped, and the pipe is like this. It's ridiculous. It's like 3.5-inch pipe on it.
The handling does feel better in the white car.
Yeah.
We'll get out and show you. I guess
I like the factory hood pins. Those are pretty cool. This car's got all sorts of weird options. You'll see it on the window sticker. We'll show you later. But I think we're going to take this one out first.
Yeah.
And then we'll take that one out. So
Yep.
we have a very fast car, and then we have a faster car. When we were driving back from Dallas on I-35, we had a little stretch of open road, and we got next to each other, and we both put it down. And that car was pulling hard on this car. And this car is supposedly 807 horsepower. So,
I mean, yeah.
and this was fast. It was scary. I looked down and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, now we got done. I was like, oh, you weren't on full throttle, were you? And you were like, yes, I was.
Yeah,
I'm
I was getting after it. That one you can hear the supercharger whining loud at idle.
Yeah.
This one you can hear it as soon as you get on it, but that one's just, I don't know, that one's ridiculous.
The red interior in this is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's got the nice red, they call it like devil red or something like that.
Yeah.
It's I can't remember.
It's
But
got
this
the
one's cool.
SRT with the cat.
You know, most of these Chrysler products are just crappy interiors. They're all hard plastic. They actually did this in leather, and the dash is all leather too on this one.
And carbon fiber.
And this is real carbon fiber.
Yeah.
And it says that on the sticker, real. 'Cause
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
want anybody to think they put fake carbon fiber on it. It still smells new. I love that smell. New car smell. It's got some special leather. I forget what it's called.
I thought it was Laguna or something
What
like
is
that.
it? Laguna Premium Leather Care
Yeah,
Guide.
Laguna Premium. Oh, it's got a Alcantara.
Oh yeah, this one has
headliner.
Alcantara headliner too.
It's legit.
yeah, it's
like,
pretty
It's
cool.
actually really,
Harman,
really
it's
nice.
got the Harman Kardon stereo, and it's got 2 subwoofers in the back. It actually bumps pretty good. I was impressed with the stereo, really impressed. And then we got this one. This is more of like a base model, I think, of what you get. But it has the suede seats, which I really like. I actually like this better than the leather. The suede's a little more comfortable in the summertime.
Yeah, and it's
But
still
you can
got
see this
ass
one-
coolers in both.
Yeah, plastic
Yeah,
dash,
plastic.
plastic, and that's not real carbon fiber. It's like this cool 3D like metal
Yeah, it's
thing they
definitely like
did. I mean, really, other than that stuff, and the headliner's different. This one's got red seat belts, kind of cool. Other than that, they're pretty much identical.
Manual.
And a manual, of course. Yeah, well, that's a given.
Still got Harman Kardon stereo.
Yeah, this one has a good stereo too.
Yeah, and it sounds good too.
All right, let's go drive them.
Let's do it.
It's pretty comfortable in here,
Oh,
actually.
it's super comfy.
And I keep saying it, but I love that new car smell. It's so great. I've only had one new car in my life, and so that smell is just awesome. There's a ton of
Gauges.
like
and-
gauges and like all this stuff in here that you can do. It's pretty cool. There's even a dyno. I mean, that's cool. And then there's this SRT button. You press that, you get to go to your like how much power it has. Track mode turns the stability control at like I think it's not off, but it's very limited. I'm not doing that. No.
We'll keep it on
Not
sport.
in a car. I mean, I drove it for a while, but so we want the full power.
Yeah, you're there.
Okay.
The 807 horsepower. By the way, this thing has a chiller button. You push that, and it uses the air conditioner to cool the intercooler for the blower.
And it's got a line lock.
Yeah, so you can do burnouts.
It's got a post-race checklist. I mean, this car was made to race. Period.
I mean, I almost want to take it on a track to see how it does. Like, we know it's a kick ass at the drag
Yeah.
strip.
The cool thing about it is, though, I mean, you could daily drive this easily.
Oh, God,
It's
yeah.
comfortable. I mean,
4 seats, a
if
big
you're not-
trunk.
you can put it in eco mode, and it takes it down to like 500 horsepower. Oh no.
Oh, no.
When we first got it, and after I had it warmed up and we got on the highway, I punched it, and I was like, oh, you know what? This is pretty fast, but I thought it would be faster. Well, it was in 500 horsepower mode. So I'm kind of conflicted too, because this has manual mode and has paddle shifters, and it's a slush box, but it shifts pretty fast. I think it was more designed to be in an automatic mode
Yeah.
and do its own shifting and everything, so I'll probably just leave it like that. I like the steering wheel's nice and fat.
Yeah.
It's not too big. It's got a nice feel to it. I mean, you can tell this car is no joke. Just you just barely get on it and you're like, oh shit. How many of these are in junkyards because people wrecked them?
man. I feel like this would be worse than a Mustang. Like, you know, it's the Mustang crowd always, you know, trying to kill the crowds and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like this would be worse.
Well, I mean, this car's over 100 grand, so you know, whoever buys it probably is a little smarter than the average Mustang owner.
Yeah, that's true. Brakes pretty good too.
Yeah, the brakes feel pretty good.
I think you're good. 152 on the temp.
Should we do a dig?
Yeah, let's do it.
How do we do launch control?
Oh, it's got a button for launch. I don't know. Let's try it. All right, launch. To launch, press brake, and then quickly apply full throttle.
Okay, it does not have any traction. All right, let's try that again because it said launch control canceled,
Oh,
so
maybe.
we didn't do it right.
I think you have to be hard on the brake, and then you stomp the gas, and then you release the brake.
Okay.
So you have both pressed down for a moment. Button.
Okay. Press brake and quickly apply full throttle.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, we're just doing a burnout. Jesus.
Jesus. Didn't have traction up to whatever number we were going. That was crazy, but it actually was pretty stable.
I was saying, it tracked well. That definitely didn't do launch though. It immediately just started burning the tires out.
Yeah, I could feel the back sliding like this.
Yeah. That was more of a burnout. Oh well, it's still fun.
Yeah.
I like how this video is just, what if we do this? What if we try that? Oh, let's experiment with this.
Oh, if you did the track mode with no traction control, you're dead.
Oh, yeah, no thanks.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh my God. That was 55 to 56 miles an hour,
Yeah,
pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
It surprisingly doesn't have that much body roll.
No, it doesn't. And the suspension's
It's tight.
comfortable, but really tight.
I mean, it's definitely a heavy as hell car.
Yeah, you can tell
feel
it's pretty heavy. And when you're not getting on it, it's quiet. You can't even hear the engine.
Yeah.
I like that the speedo goes to 220. The actual usable area of the speedometer is only about a fourth of it, is what you're going to use in everyday driving.
The car is actually capable of over 200, though.
Yeah, I think it's a 205.
That's insane.
I mean, that's pushing a lot of air out of the way.
That is
'Cause
purely power over.
It's not very
aerodynamics.
aerodynamic.
No. Chrysler's like, we got a brick. How do we make a brick go fast?
Yeah.
Oh, more power.
I'm scared to give it too much throttle around these turns.
Yeah. That would be the hard part about tracking this car, like on a road course, would be just you would not be confident.
Oh, I'm not confident. Not at all around that turn.
No.
It's got a lot of understeer. All right. Ends turn. He's already doing a burnout.
I
He's been in
didn't
the car
mean
for
to.
2 seconds.
I just barely tapped the gas.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd want to track this. I don't feel confident applying throttle on the turn.
No, not at all.
I feel like it would get squirrely as hell. There's a lot of extra gears here just for EPA reasons, I feel like.
This car would probably be fine with like a 4-speed.
Yeah, I'm in 4th gear going the speed limit-ish, and it's only at like 2,500 RPMs. The brakes are really responsive.
Yeah, the brakes are surprisingly good.
There's some things about it that I would not have pinned on an American car. Like, the handling is way better than you think. Again, just not a lot of confidence, but good handling.
Well, and also we drive these Ferraris and stuff around, so we're so used to the way those drive, and you get in something like this.
That's true.
It's probably a little over-exaggerated. Like, somebody coming from a regular car into this is probably like, wow, this is amazing. The handling's probably...
They would be blown away with the
Yeah.
handling. You go from like a Toyota Camry or like
Oh, yeah.
something like that, like a regular car to this, you'd be like, this is amazing.
Feels like it's
God.
going to pop a wheelie.
Dude, it even gets squirrely at those speeds. That's so insane.
I'm scared for the black one now.
Oh yeah, the black one's so stupid.
99.999% of people should not have this much power on the road.
Most people should not drive this and do not need this, but then again, do we need any of these things?
No.
So I guess it tracks on the same logic.
Yeah, I guess. Looks like they're going to make our drag strip an extra lane here, so
Yeah.
that's good. Jesus. It feels much quicker in the passenger seat.
This thing actually got like over 18 miles per gallon on the highway.
Yeah, it was 19 average on the way home from Dallas.
That's pretty good.
That's driving it pretty fast.
Yeah, we made it home in record time. Let's just say that. I like this car a lot. I mean, I think if you could only have one toy car, like one car that you wanted to do everything, this would be a pretty good
Yeah,
good
this car,
option.
I agree with that. If you needed a fast car that you could daily drive, that's
Yeah.
probably pretty reliable. I mean, this car is still under the factory warranty too.
Yeah, it's comfortable. It fits stuff in the trunk. You can fit actual
The
human
back
beings.
seat is actually pretty big,
Yeah,
surprisingly. Well, the car is huge.
it is
So
a big car.
It's a big car.
That's a huge bitch.
That's a huge bitch!
If you did not know this was a Dodge, you would like if someone didn't tell you it was a Dodge and didn't have Dodge stickers on it, you would never know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's well above Dodge quality.
If you didn't know this too, this is kind of cool. This one's got 3 keys. The red ones unlock the full 807 horsepower, and the black one, if you start it with that one, is only 500, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to loan it to your friend, you give him the black key.
Right.